Yeah, I can see it. So let's start.
Okay. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Today's workshop day 2. Today we'll be actually going over math concepts, and today's is multiplication slash squares speed tricks, and we'll have different tricks associated with these topics, and by the end of this session you guys will be able to do all the tricks within seconds in your head. So, and the majority of these tricks will be catered towards number sense, but some will be catered towards A+ math too, so it'll help both competitions. Okay, so in today's workshop we'll be going over multiplying any number by 25, 50, 75, 125, by 11, 101, 1001, and with these you guys can, hopefully by the end of this session you guys will be able to multiply any number by those within seconds in your head. And then we'll be going over inverses, squares ending in 5. You guys will also be able to square any 2-digit number within your head. And we'll go over an advanced topic known as problem-solving squares, and then we'll finish it off with the Kahoot. Okay.
Oh, wait. One thing before, if you want to write notes about these, because you can use them on the Kahoot later. So if you want to write notes, you can. And if you have any questions in between, you can unmute yourself and just ask us. Don't be scared or anything. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So to start off, multiplying by 25. So multiplying by 25, 50, 75, and 125, those 4 problems are quite common at the beginning and early on tests. So yeah, it's just good to know these because they're pretty easy and they'll give you easy points. And the way I'm going to teach them is I'm going to go over the steps, but then compare it with the model, which is this right here. So whenever you see a times 25 problem, what you want to do is you want to take the number that you're multiplying 25 with and divide that number by 4, and then multiply by 100. So looking at the model, if you have a number a times 25, first divide a by 4, and then multiply by 100, and that's it. And you do this because multiplying by 25 is like multiplying by 100 over 4. You're just rewriting 25 in a fraction or rational way. So that's why this trick works. So for example, if you have 52 times 25, all you would need to do is divide 52 by 4 and you get 13, and then multiply that by 100 and you get 1300. And that's really it. And it's as simple as that. Now, in the chat, in the extra room discussion chat, try doing these problems and type it in. And we want you to number them, like 1 through 2, and then try to keep it on the same line. That way you're not having to do multiple answers with different lines. So yeah, try these.
Format it like this almost.
Yeah.
Those aren't the answers, by the way, but yeah.
Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah, it's 1100 and 1500. Now, with these tricks, some of them have different ways of doing it or different ways of thinking about it. So here's a different way of thinking about multiplying by 25. Okay, so yeah, another way to think about it. So what you want to do is first just start off dividing it by 4, and then you want to pay close attention to the remainders. So, and if the remainder is 1, then the last 2 digits of the number are going to be 25. If it's 2, then the last 2 digits are going to be 50. And then it'll keep going on this pattern of increasing by 25. So for 3, it'll be 75. And then if there's no remainder at all, then the last 2 digits are going to be 0. So for example, if you have 67 times 25, first just divide 67 by 4, and you get 16 remainder 3. Now 16 is still going to be a part of your answer, but now with that remainder 3, you can convert it to 75 because with the remainder of 3, the last 2 digits are going to be 75. So the answer would just be 1675, and that's it. So there's two methods. You guys can choose which one you like better. And then for these problems, try using that new method and see which one you like better.
So yeah, in the extra room discussion, if you'd write your answers.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, the first one would be 37 times 25.
Yeah. Yeah, so the first one just 925, second one 1450, and you just need to pay close attention to the remainders. Oh, Albie?
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so the next one we're going to be doing is multiplying by 50, which is also, I would say, pretty easy. So it's a way to multiply any number times 50 is to first divide your number by 2 and then multiply that number by 100. So looking at the model, you can see that what you do is first you take a. So if a is the number you're multiplying times 50, is the same thing as dividing that number by 2 and multiplying by 100. Now, the reason for this is because multiplying by 50 is basically the same thing as doing it times 100 divided by 2. So for an example, if we were to do 48 times 50, like we said, the first step is to divide the number by 2. So 48 divided by 2 would equal 24. And then the next step after that, like we said, is to multiply it by 100. So then 24 times 100 is 2400. So then that's how you would do any number times 50.
Yeah, so you guys tried these.
So yeah, come back like we just did before. Go into the extra room discussion and write your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
It's fine if you get it wrong or incorrect. It's just for practice, so don't worry about any of that.
Yeah. Okay. Could we get yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here, in
Well,
that.
let's wait for them to type in their answers and then we'll start.
Yeah, good job.
And okay, yeah, great job everyone.
hmm
Y'all got it.
Yeah, just divide by 2, add 2 zeros, that's it.
Okay, so here's a little extra and other ways to think about multiplying by 50. So first, you always have to divide the number by 2. And so when you think about it, any even number when divided by 2 will always have a remainder of 0. So then multiplying even number times 50 will end in 0. And now if you were to divide a odd number by 2, you would get a remainder of 1. So multiplying any odd number times 50 will give you a remainder of 50. So there's an example. Yeah. Let's say we do 69 times 50. Now, 69 is an odd number. And so you already know it'll have a remainder of 1. So when you do 69 divided by 2, it'll be 34 remainder of 1. And so then now you know your answer will end in 50. So you have 34. So if you want to do these next two problems,
Yeah, just use the new method, the remainder method.
mhm. So like we said here, so 1, and then you write your answer, and then 2. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Oh, we still have people typing. Okay.
Yeah, Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do this.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Oh yeah. So yeah, good job, guys. Thank you for answering. Those of you who are, it does help.
this is 7,500. Who changed it? Yeah, you guys are right. I don't know why that's 50.
It was Olivia again, probably.
Why? Okay. Yeah, it's 7,500.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now multiplying by 75. So they're basically the same, but it just has one more extra step in between. So first, you just start off by dividing the number by 4, and then instead of just going straight to multiplying by 100, you want to multiply by 3 first. And this is because multiplying by 75, that's 3 times 25. And since you understand the 25 one, all you would need to do is add that multiply by 3 in. So yeah, looking at the model, if you have a number a times 75, divide a by 4, multiply by 3, and then 100. And if it's easier, then just do a divided by 4 times 300. Yeah, so for example, if you have 28 times 75, first just divide by 4, you get 7, and then multiply 7 by 3, you get 21, and then multiply 21 by 100, and you get 2100. So yeah, okay, yeah, try these now.
Mm-hmm. So 64.
The stream won't load for me.
Is it just like a black screen?
Yep, was the loading kind of the sign.
Okay, yeah, other people were having that problem last time, but try like exiting out and joining back again, but if that doesn't work, then you may have to wait.
Yeah, it was
If you want
working
to,
like 30 seconds ago, and then when I
Oh,
yeah, I'll try that. But thanks.
right.
those are the problems I typed them in, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so 4,800 for the set first, and then 12,000 for the second. Yep.
Good job. Yeah.
Alright, so multiplying by 125. Similar, this has like an extra step in between, and that is, so just first off, start by dividing by 4, and then now whatever number you get after dividing by 4, add that back to the original number. So looking at the model, if you have a number a times 125, first divide a by 4, and then add it back to the original a, and then multiply that by 100. And the reason is because you're basically multiplying by 5/4 the fraction, and then by 100. So that's why that method works. So for example, if you have 32 times 125, first just divide by 4, you get 8, and then add that 8 to the original value, 32, you get 40, and then times 100, which is just 4,000. Yeah, so try these questions.
Can you go back to the last slide real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
so 3,000 and 11,000. So I'll go over these. So what you want to do for first one, just divide it by 4, which is 6, and then add it back to the original. So 24 plus 6 is 30, and then times 100, that's 3,000. And then with this, 88 divided by 4 is 22. 22 plus 88 is 110, and then multiply by 100, that's 11,000.
I restarted the page and now it's working.
Okay.
And for when you multiplied by 75, I don't think I caught the last part. Did you say anything about what you should do if there's remainders or not?
There's nothing really with remainders on 75 or 125.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know why that was there. That's wrong. Okay, so now multiplying by 11, this is like a different than, 25, 50. So here, let's get this. Okay, so whenever you see it times 11, first just start off by writing the last digit of the number you're multiplying by 11 with. So looking at this model, first just start off by writing down b, the last number. And then you write down the sum of the next and last digit. So a plus b, write the sum down. So that's that. And then you just write down the left two digits, a. And oh yeah, going back. So whenever you're writing down the sum, continue that pattern for however many numbers there are. So for example, if you have a, b, c, then you would first write down c, and then write down c plus b, and then b plus a, and then write down a. And yeah, explanation, whenever you multiply it out, like right here, you're left with b and ab, and then ab0. So when you add it out, it's b comes down, and then a plus b comes down, and then there's nothing on top, and then a comes down. So that's why that method works. Yeah, so if you're doing 34 times 11, first start off by writing down the 4, then write down the sum of 3 and 4, which is 7, and then write down the last digit, or the first digit, 3. So you're left with 3, the sum 7, and then 4. Now you guys try this one. And the second one may be a bit, is something we haven't gone over yet, but let's see how you guys do and we'll go over that. Okay, yeah, so the first one is 165. So you write down the 5, you write down the sum of 1 and 5, 6, and then you write down this 1, so 165. So yeah, and then for this one, so this one's actually 517, and the reason why is, so you guys got the 7 down, you just write down the 7, but then once you add 4 and 7, you get 11. And that's a 2-digit number, and we haven't really gone over that. So what you want to do is you do write down the 1 from 11, but you still have that, you still have that 1 in that tens place. So what you want to do is carry that 1 over to the next number. So 4 in this case, so you just do 4 plus 1, which is 5. So yeah, with 2-digit numbers, you want to carry that tens digit over to the next. So that's why it's 517. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna go on to 101, which I would say is easier than 11, definitely. So for when you have a 2-digit number times 101, all you need to do is just rewrite the number twice. And so just to think about it, I don't have the pointer, but I can just explain.
Oh, yeah.
If you have for the first thing, it's just multiplying your original number times 1. So you would just have a and b. And then for the next middle part, it's just 0. If you're multiplying the number times 0, so there's nothing there. And then the final thing is multiplying AB, or your original number, times 1 or 100. So what you will get is then your number with 2 zeros and then your original number. So then that's why you would just write it over.
Yeah.
So you would just write it twice.
Yeah.
Should I give the explanation for 3-digit?
Wait, is that problem on there for the next question?
Can you check really quick?
Here.
Oh, here's the example, but yeah.
Here, just go over
so
that.
For 3-digit, it's pretty similar. So you would write the 3-digit number on top so it'd be ABC, let's say. Then you'll have the 3 zeros on the bottom, and then finally on the bottom it'll be 2 zeros in ABC. And so what this means is basically you're gonna add the first number, or you're gonna add the two middle numbers together to get the middle number. So it'd be ABC, or what was it? How do I explain this? Basically it would just be ABC with 2 zeros plus ABC. So the two middle numbers will be added together.
Yeah, don't worry about the 3-digit one. That's not that common. Yeah, it's fine. It's more just 2-digit times 101. So yeah, this one just 45, you just write it twice, 45, 45. Now try these one, and it's fine if you don't get the 3-digit one. Yeah, it's fine. Yep, yeah.
Let me check.
Yep, 89, 89.
And
then yeah, good job, Isabella.
the inside. Yeah, you guys got it. Okay, that's how I should explain it. It's if you wanted to write, let's say your number is ABC, it'd be AB, and then in parentheses A plus C, and then BC. So
Yeah.
I'll just write it out real quick.
Okay.
A plus A, so equal A, B, A plus C, C. So yeah, I don't know if this makes too much sense when I wrote it, but yeah. Okay, I think we can move on. Oh, one second. Okay, so now we're gonna do multiplying times 1001, which is the easiest one out of these three. So for a 2-digit number times 1001, what you need to do is write down the number, then write 0, and then write down the number again. That's all. So if you just look at the model, it'd be 1 times AB, so it'd be AB, and then you have 2 zeros in the middle. So it's just multiplying AB times 0, which is nothing. And then you're finally multiplying AB, or your number, times 1000. So then when you add them together, you'll have AB, 0, AB. And now for a 3-digit number, it's even easier. You just write the number twice together. Is there an example for these?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Okay, yes. So like we said, if your number was 24, you would just write 24, 0, 24. That was all you need to write for 2-digit times 1001. And for 3-digit, you just write the number twice.
Yeah.
Together, so 13413.
Yeah, just remember the 0, but that's only for 2-digit times 1001.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, try these now.
This one should be quicker.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy.
Yeah. So let's keep going.
Yeah, so yeah, just 56056 and then 243. Alright, inverses. So there's two types of inverses, multiplicative and additive. And on a test you may see what's the multiplicative inverse of 4/7 or whatever. So whenever you see the word multiplicative, just think in your mind reciprocal, which means just flip the position of the numerator and denominator. So the multiplicative inverse of 6/7, well, you just flip them, and that's 7/6, and that's it. And then additive inverse, it's even easier. All you need to do is just switch the sign of the number. So, for 3/4, switch the sign to a negative 3/4. So for example, the additive inverse of 5/8 would just be negative 5/8. And then the same applies for if it's like negative 5/8, then you would just flip it to positive. And that's really it.
Just another way to think is just multiplicative inverse is what would you multiply that number to get it to equal to 1? And then for additive inverse, it's what would you add or subtract to get the number to equal to 0? So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so squares memorization. We're not gonna, sit through this and memorize these. These are just here for reference. Same with cubes right here. The tests, they'd recommend that you know your squares and cubes up till here, because let's say you're asked like 19 squared on a test. Well, you can do like the method we're about to teach you about how to square any 2-digit number. But if you just have it by memory, you don't have to waste time doing the method when you could just write it down right away. So yeah, this is just here for reference for you guys. But one number from here will be on the list, or will be on the Kahoot, and then one number from here will be on the Kahoot, but you guys can use the method, except for the cube one. We don't teach, I don't know what the method is for this, but yeah.
Okay. So here's one trick to help you. If you have a square ending in 5, so this works for anything like 15, 25, 35, any square. If you want to square that number, this is how you do it. So first, if it ends with 5, the last 2 digits of that number will be 25. So you already have that down. The next part is the little bit more complicated part, which is you multiply the 10th digit. So whatever the 10 digit. So like say, could you show the example?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's say your example is 55. So your 10th digit would be 5. And then you multiply it times the next number, or a 10th digit plus 1. So for instance, this one, you already know it ends with 25. And then for multiply, it would do 5, which is the 10th digit, times 6, which is the 10th digit plus 1. And so whatever this answer is, so that would be 30. Then you would just write it together with the 30 and 25.
Yeah.
So that would be your answer.
Yeah, so the last number is always going to be 25. Yeah, yeah, so try these. And that trick can work with 3-digit too. You would just need to multiply that by one number higher for the second one.
But these only work with ones that end with 5, so don't try to do it with like 23, because it wouldn't work. So,
can you explain this again? Because my Wi-Fi was bad, so I was reloading and I didn't get it.
Okay, could you go back real quick? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're squaring any number that ends with 5, what you need to know is first, the number will always end in 25. So that's already a given. And then the next thing you need to do is you take the 10-digit number. So not like 50, but just 5, for instance. And you multiply times the number next or after. So, or the number plus 1. So for instance, 55, you already know it ends with 25, right? And then you multiply it times, so you have 5 as your 10th digit, and then you multiply that times 6 because it's the 10th digit plus 1. And so then you'll get 5 times 6 is 30. And then you can just combine those two, since you know it ends with 25. So in the extra room, if you write your answers, if you wanted another example really quick, so you do 1 times 2. So if you were to do like 15 squared, that's what would be the answer would be.
Okay, so yeah, it's 5625. So the last is always going to be 25, and then you multiply 7 by one number higher, so 56. And then 10 would be 105 squared would be 110/25, so the last term given 25, and then you multiply 10 by 11, which is 110. So, alright, so this trick is for squaring any 2-digit number regardless of any factor. As long as it's 2-digit, you guys can use this. Okay, so let's say you have a number AB squared, so 2-digit number squared. So what you first want to do is individualize A and B and square them both. So you do A squared and B squared, and then combine them. Sorry, not add, but combine. And by combine, I mean just pair them together. So let's say you have 52 squared. So first just square 5 and 2 individually, that's 25, and then 4. But whenever it results in a single digit like 4, you want to make it 2 digits. So, and by doing that, you have to add that 0 right here. So 0, 4. And so by combining just 25, 0, 4, just like that, pair them together. And then now you just want to keep that number in mind. Just don't do anything with it right now. Now, A times B. So you just multiply the A in here and the B in here by each other. So in this case, this would be 5 and 2. When you multiply them together, you get 10. And then with that, you double it and then multiply it by 10. Or in other words, just multiply by 20. So, which is this right here. You have 5 times 2, you double that, and then you multiply it by 10. And then with these two numbers right here, all you need to do is add them together. So that's just 2704. And that's the answer. I know this one has a lot of steps to it, so if you need any like clarification or if you have a question, feel free to ask. Okay, so try these two. And this might take a while since it's a long method, so don't worry if it takes too long. Yeah, good job. That was pretty quick too.
Yeah.
So, Yep.
Nice job.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly go over them. So for 53, what you first want to do is square them individually, and that would be 2509. And then keep that number in mind, and then you just multiply them by each other, which would be 15, double it 30 times 10, 300, and that's just 300 plus 2509, which is 2809. And then you do the same thing with this. It might be a bit harder. So it might be a bit harder to add these since they're bigger numbers. So yeah, that's the only downside of this method. It takes a while. Okay, so this is a bit more of an advanced topic. It really doesn't appear on tests too much. I personally have never seen this question before, but it's pretty cool to know. So with these problem-solving powers, you're given something that's really hard to do in your head. So like 3 to the power of 8, like that's extremely hard to do. It might give you like, 3 to the power of 80, like that's also pretty hard to do. So with these, they ask you to find the last digit of the number, not the whole thing, just the last digit. And to find the last digit, you need to note the pattern with these numbers. So whenever you're raising 3 to a power, there's a specific pattern to it that's unique for all numbers. So 4 might have a different pattern, 5 will. So with 3, the pattern, so if you do 3 to the first power, it's 3. 3 to the second, it's 9. And then the last digit for 3 to the third is 7. The last digit for 3 to the fourth is 1. And if you keep continuing that pattern, you'll notice that the pattern is 3971, 3971 every 4 times. So, and then once you have that pattern down, you can go back to your question, see what the power is, which is 8. You look at the chart over here, you have 8, and that indicates that the last number of 3 to the power 8 is 1. And that's how you do it. And yeah, this is a bit hard. It requires a lot of memorization since there's different patterns for each number. So yeah, that's really the only thing. And then yeah, so the answer is 1. Yeah, and to know, you would just find the remainder. So 0, yeah, so 8 divided by 4, 2 remainder 0, and you look at here, it's 1. Okay, so now with this one. This is for last digit of 2 to the power of 79. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention, whenever doing these, each number has a unique pattern, 3 and 2, but let's say if this was like 23 or 343, those extra digits behind the 3 are only trying to trick you. You only want to focus on the first digit, 3. So you only apply the pattern to that. So for 2, the pattern is 2, 4, 8, 6, and then it repeats 2, 4, 8, 6. So now it's asking you to do 79, 2 to the power of 79. So what you want to do is find the remainder, which is 3, and that remainder tells you that it fits with this right here, and the number that corresponds with 3 is 8. So the last digit of 2 raised to the 79th power is 8. And so yeah, so for this one, this is a 3-digit. So, but you only want to focus on the 8. Those 3 and 7 are just trying to trick you. So you just need to know the pattern of 8, which you guys probably don't know. So we're gonna walk through this one. So the pattern of 8 is 8, 4, 2, 6, 8, 4, 2, 6, and it repeats. So, and it's asking you to find this to the 78th power, and that has a remainder of 2 when divided by 4. So you look at the 2, and that corresponds with 4 right here, and then the answer is 4. And that's it. So yeah, don't worry about this problem too much. I haven't seen this before, so yeah. Alright, now it's time for the Kahoot. Oh yeah, and let me just go over this. We have an optional worksheet. It's completely optional. You don't have to do it. This is just for extra reference if you guys need help on something or just extra practice. I think we've linked it in the announcements for math, so you guys can do it if you want, but it's completely optional. So yeah, now we'll play the Kahoot. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright. Okay, you should be able to see it now. Previously in our last session, people, like, their screens were freezing and they couldn't quite see the question. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys, but if it does, just note this is just for practice. It doesn't matter who wins or not, it's just for fun. And as long as you know the content, you're fine. So, play. Wait, you can see it, right, Avi?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. I'll type in the code if for some reason you can't.
How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we just need 4 more people.
Alright.
Or like 2 more people. Or 3 more people. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's everyone. Okay, let's start.
Yeah, so for these, remember you guys can use your notes, but for number sense, don't use like any scratch work, try to do it all in your head.
It froze. No, oh yeah, it's still frozen.
Oh, it's still freezing.
Give it a second.
Alright, yeah, so for this one, just divide it by 4, 19 times 100. Okay.
It's loading. Oh no, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, good job.
Nice job. Yeah, so you can choose multiple answers for this.
Yeah, multi-slide, yeah. Yeah, this is a process, so just how would you do this in words? Yep, good job, wow.
Oh wait, everyone got it?
Yeah, everyone.
Jeez.
Okay, so, yeah, so for this one, you would just divide it by 4, and then multiply by 3, and then add it to 100, or multiply it by 100 then.
Another one where you is this a multi-select?
No, I don't think this one is.
Oh, it froze again. Yeah. This is say. It might be the internet, your internet, Lux, maybe.
For what?
Like the causes it to pause because it's like the stream you're viewing currently has reduced video or audio quality.
Oh.
Give it a second. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's back. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So this one you just write it down twice. You only put a 0 in between if it was multiplying by 1001, but this is 101, so that's why.
It froze. Oh no, it's back. It's back. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh yeah, nice job. Yeah, this one's the one where you add the 0 in between. Okay, so for this one, yeah, you just need to rewrite it twice. So 534, 534. Yeah, that one's 543, so it's just a different number.
I
And
just
there's no
couldn't
0 in
read.
between.
It messed up.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, so this was on the list, but you can always use the method too.
Okay, nice job. Everyone got it. I almost everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is multi-select. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for this one, since it was on the list, that's why you probably should have memorized this as an answer. And then for this one, yeah, you need to square them individually, combine them, and then multiply by 20, which is like multiplying by 2 and then multiplying by 10, and then just add both. Yeah, this is pure sort of like memory, but you can problem solve this. Try to look at the last digit. Pay attention to the last digit of the number.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because 7 times 7, 49, and then 9 times 7 is 63. So you know that it has to end with 3.
Okay, yes. This is the 5 trick.
So for this one, just 25 is given, and then you do 11 times 12, one number higher, which is 132. Okay, this is the problem solving one. Yeah, so if you guys, most of you didn't probably remember the pattern, but it was, I think it was 3971. So since this is asking, yeah, this has a remainder of 2, so it would have been 9. Okay, so these questions are for A+ math, so you have more time and you can use scratch paper, but no calculator. Avi, you want to explain this one? Or
Oh yeah, okay. So what this problem's asking is to find the two perfect squares between square root of 14 and square root of 100. So what you first would want to do is take the square root of 100, which is 10, and then the square root of 14. If you know the square root of 16, which is a normal perfect square, that's 4. So if 14 is a little less than 16, so then the square root of 14 would be a little less than 4. And so then you need to find the two largest perfect squares that are in between like a little bit less than 4 and 10. And so those two would be 4 and 9 because it's 2 squared and 3 squared. So then you would do 4 times 9, which is 36.
Yep.
This one's a little complicated. Like I didn't understand it at the beginning either. So yeah.
okay, yeah, so this is inverses now. Okay, so for this one, it's asking you product of multiplicative and additive inverse of that, 2/5. So first find the multiplicative, which means just flipping them, which would be 5 over 2. So 5 over 2 times the additive inverse of that is negative 2/5. So 5 over 2 times a negative 2/5, well, they cancel out. Yeah, negative 1, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep, 5. Just adding 1 and 4, which are the smallest.
Yeah, because 1 squared is a perfect square.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the next question, it's not math based, so yeah, it's just what will our next unit be?
What's your yes? Oh, hello? Who said something?
It's more of a guessing, just.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, positive and then Roman numerals. Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing next.
What the? Okay.
Yep, that's
So
it.
who's the winner? 3rd place. I can't see.
Oh, Isabel 3rd
Person.
place, Dark 2nd, and then Jonathan. Good job, guys.
Oh. It was an answer streak that won him because he got 13 but
Oh,
so
wow.
congrats, Jonathan E. Yeah, congrats. Well, congrats to everyone there.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
did great.
Alright.
Did you already talk about the extra worksheet?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's in the announcements. It's optional. You don't have to do it. It's just retro practice.
Yeah. Okay.